Good noon, friends. Today's my topic is journalism and its types. One of the famous critics, Anand, in a book of comic quotation, says that journalist is a person who who knows that something that he's reporting is wrong, but he's going to say that time and again in the hope that it will become a news or a true thing, right? So today I'm going to talk about what he is introducing to all of us, the types of journalism. First of all, I would like to say something about the word journalism. Journalism is a word which is derived from the French word journal, which means diary or register. And the same word, that is the journal, has its roots in the word that is a Latin word diurnalist, that means daily. Now, journalism is a reporting of a news, and it's telecasting, editing, and telecasting of a news to a particular audience. It is a communication by any media. That means it can be a print. You can use print media, you can use electronic media or e-media. That's what communication by any media is. It is a day-to-day operation of operating and transmitting the news to the particular group of people. Now, opinions whether to call it, just by a name, that is journalism is just simply a name, a calling, or a public service, or an entertainment, or cultural industry motivated by profit, or a tool of propaganda, or other things, right? Journalism can be, all of this at a time, and it can be, different things separately. There are different genres of journalism, and the first of which I have taken is advocacy journalism. As the name suggests, advocacy journalism, in which the journalism advocates certain point of view, in which he has his own opinion to say something about it. So what happens that here it is not some objective point of view that is expected of a journalist. It is a non-objective, that is a subjective viewpoint, and it is done intentionally. Now this journalist believes that no one can be objective, and they believe that when a person wants to be objective, there are certain influences over him that will make him to be subjective. There will be advertisers, or there will be some political parties' pressures that will make them subjective. So this happens in this. The second thing is because it is factual, it is distinguished from propaganda. The famous example from it is did the West make the newspaper, or did newspaper make the West? Right? So this thing, such a sort of articles will definitely express the opinion of the writer himself. Others can also be there, whether the education system should be like this or that. So when such articles are introduced into the newspaper and the journalist expresses his own views, then it's advocacy journalism. The second is broadcast journalism, in which the journalist expresses his point of view he broadcasts his point of view. That is, the word broadcast or telecast is important here. What happens here that they use certain devices like radio, television, and most recently the e-media, that is internet. But what happens that we people generally listen to radio or watch television news channels. And therein we see that people have their scripts ready, and they interview, or they give their speech. Now in that, what happens that they have a lead. There are certain terms that I have used: packages, readers, voiceovers, or sound on tape. Now what is this package? So a package is a thing like it is a reader or an article that is read with the help of video or audio sound. It is read, or it is a videotape or video clip that a reporter is giving. So what happens that a person sitting in a studio, right? He will read a lead to you. He will give a punchline of the article, and he will explain it to you, and then the story will take you to the actual place or event place where the reporters are there, and they will narrate the same thing to you. So it is a package, edited video clip. The second is reader. It is just a reading without a video or sound. The third is voiceover. Is a video, and voiceover is a video article. And the last one, sound on tape, is a kind of interview or interview with some of the famous persons. Asked us, and the lady here is narrating the news to you. It's a broadcast journalism. Now, investigative journalism, herein journalism, talks into the issue. He will collect the data and he will interview some of the famous persons to try to find out, what the actual thing, what the actual situation is. He will try to express his opinions about political and social situations by taking the interview. And what will happen that he will be in direct contact with the source. He will interview that person, so he will be in direct contact with the source. So this sort of journalism is more authentic. The example is Nayak and from the movie Nayak, wherein Anil Kapoor takes an interview of Puri, and therein he has all the data. He will say that I have a videotape for you, and where you have said this thing. So this is an example of investigative journalism. So another is tabloid journalism. That's what you all know. It is it tends to emphasize topics such as sensational crime stories or astrology that comes in the morning, gossip columns about the personal life of celebrities and sports stars and junk food news and all these things. That is, masala news is expressed here. The examples are, and they are shocking. Hillary Clinton adopts alien baby. Obama is a Muslim. Abraham Lincoln was a woman. It is as shocking as to know that Shakespeare was a woman. And Chris is gay. Kim's bombshell say that he is gay, so I am taking divorce from him. So this is all masala news that you read in the newspaper are examples of this tabloid journalism. Yellow journalism, it is in close contact with this tabloid journalism. What happens here is that the sensationalism that is there in tabloid journalism is also here in this yellow journalism. How it differs is that they are using some punchlines or some very critical remarks to just tell their newspaper. They will not have investigated in depth in the matter. They will not have just researched the thing. Still they will give the news about that. And the examples are: is cat too thin to get pregnant? And I should not say anything about this news. I think you know. It was there in the newspaper a few days back that Kareena Kapoor is pregnant and she is to marry within few days. So my advice is stop being a victim of yellow journalism. Thank you.